Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. Hopefully, you guys are doing great. I'm finally early. No, I haven't been late for too long, but still, it's good to be on time. We'll go over yesterday. I mean, we have 5 minutes till sort of the major sort of news pop at 8:30. I mean, yesterday was a entire snooze fest. Like I said yesterday, I decided to instead of trading, just go to sleep because I didn't see any merit in yesterday, and again, I wasn't sort of wrong in that assessment. Just pretty much sideways trading. But I mean, sideways trading can be both good and bad. I mean, looking at sort of how this has been broken up, I mean, there's addition of longs, which is interesting, but still holds majority short, which is ideal if we wanted a bullish case scenario that we were potentially looking to play out yesterday. More so now as we're again working the lows pretty even. Not pretty evenly. Yeah, pretty evenly. I'd say if you sort of contrast this as sort of 0 point, you can say it's been sort of holding off and sort of just saying this is my low and I want to go high. Again, you're probably looking to enter into position somewhat now ish, just because it is going to be a news release. So again, it's going to have to be a super time sensitive sort of crunch here. Probably trying to do the inverse of whatever this ends up doing. So it's looking like you're probably going to have your first swing down, but in case it leads into a whipsaw where it just does this, it's something you have to be cognizant of. Again, the reason why I made sure I was on time today, because today is pretty much living and dying off of this. So it made sense to be on time. 8:30 is pretty much all we have. 8:30, 10. That's it. Like there is no sort of saving grace in terms of, oh look, some random news will come in and save us. No, there's only 8:30, which is 2 minutes where we have that major news. We're already setting up for it. It just looks like they're building up sort of mixture of shorts, and you can see they're squeezing out, and they've already set up the walls up here expecting sort of some level of squeeze. So I think wait for the I mean, if you want to risk it, you want to risk it, but I would say wait for a potential whipsaw motion to clear out all the sort of bad air. The fact that we're getting shorts for some reason coming in prior to this, even though we did end up going higher. Looks like someone's bids just got activated on that sort of volatility that was just coming in out of nowhere. So I mean, breaking it down even further, and just zoom in, get rid of the major sort of short area just to look at and concentrate this. It's still pretty heavy short, which is always a good sign if you want to be bullish. So I mean, you can chalk this up and hopefully it ends up sort of pulling down, but the fact that this went short is a spanner. So maybe a quick dip, liquidate, and maybe we can target these higher sort of brackets. Hopefully today is a lot better than yesterday. Again, like I said, yesterday was a snooze day, but it makes sense that it was a snooze day. I mean, we worked the lowest tirelessly. I mean, not really a snooze fest. I mean, the build up was somewhat there, but I mean, realistically, you can see it was just it just dies. Thursday just dies, and it just lets itself consolidate. Short. There we go. 8:30 coming in. Looks like they just went. There we go. Come on, you can do it. Now is probably the time to look at Bookmap more than anything. Just because you get tick data rather than just looking at a candle going up and down. Again, still wary about this big tick short. like, he puts a span in trying to say, oh yeah, definitely it would just go down first swing, but it does look like it's going down first swing, which is great. It did end up going the way, but again, first swing, probably looking for it to slam back up. Already getting longs in, interesting enough, so we'll probably dig deeper, maybe. Interesting to see Brid's probably trying to front run the larger one here. The large one is a single entity, you can see that. So again, they front run those bids. Hopefully they get punished, and punishing is coming out. There you go, large sort of hit. Once that large sort of hit is coming out, you can see small recovery. The thing sort of continues. You can see those buybacks coming back in, just sort of reactivating their bids. Again, we have 15 minutes to sort of whipsaw this candle into bloody oblivion. Or we can spend the whole 15 minutes digging this candle deeper into these bids. It's just something to wait on. Again, notice how I haven't looked at the numbers because they don't bloody matter like one bloody bit. It's just what is the order, what are the orders saying is pretty much all you really care about, and you get really far in terms of micro analysis, like just like on the charts, like if you're just intraday trading like without paying heed to it. But in terms of understanding longer trends, of course you want to see where things are going so you can try forecast stuff, but generally all that really matters is where orders are. Like that's all it is. Again, like it's a massive Ponzi, like everything. It's just about taking someone else's money, so it doesn't really matter what kind of climate we're in. The only thing that climate changes is the type of investors you get. That's pretty much it, and the type of traders you get. So they adapt the tactics, but at the same time don't really change too much. It's just where the majority is, or where the majority of other people money is where they're targeting. Again, they're just sort of hanging around, consolidating. You got a mixture of longs coming in. Again, I don't think this holds too often within this bar. I think we're sort of gonna start digging a bit deeper soon. So hopefully we sort of at least target these sort of stops here. Try collect more liquidations, especially if we're looking for a larger move on the offset. I mean, we can dig deeper all the way into this area here. We've got a massive sort of stop at this level here at 23,300. So that's sort of where you're probably, if you're trying to catch a falling knife, you're not looking to catch a falling knife at that point. At that point, you're just looking to probably just hit on a double bottom if you sort of see it dip below this 33,300 area. So that's sort of where you allow your sort of spread to sort of reach, because again, stop gap's nice and all, and we allow it, but if it sort of starts falling, it'll just continue to fall. And this you gotta have sort of a mental stop where you gotta admit you're wrong. And I think past 33,300, it's something worth not catching unless you get confirmation of something else. Pretty much it. So other than that, I think everything's pretty decent to sort of say that we'll potentially get some long out of it. Again, this is just here as probably for the swing, because they're gonna probably be very violent about this, especially if they collect the required amount of shorts. Again, very large sort of offset coming in here. Zoom out more, you can see just break up. Of course we got longs, but majority of it is shorts, and some of them rightly so out of the market, so we'll take those out of view and just focus on the ones that are still within sort of market grasp. And you can see sort of how we're adding shorts here, so everything here is acceptable, and the 3300 sort of stop gap that it talks about. Sort of there you go, there's that sort of phantom bid that will come and go as soon as we get close to it. And as you can see, it's sort of pretty heavy shorts if we zoom out, but we know there's a mixture of sort of longs coming in, just sort of trying to be coy with this area. So if we run these guys out, again, you're expecting to try target these areas on the next sort of swing. And this is one of the days where you sort of expect that to happen. Now sort of next sort of I mean, we've got our 8:30 coming in, so now next sort of area we're looking for is at 10:30. So let's sort of mark that out and no, not 10:30, just 10. There we go. There's that 8:30 marker, which we got something out of it. Next marker we're marking out is sort of 10 o'clock. I know, and if you've been here for a while, you know 10 o'clock's usually our preferred times when there's nothing going on. Like I said, you might have to jump in earlier when you get news, but mostly you're fine coming out 10:15. Looks like. So I mean, let's move this down to 10:15. Maybe we get something solidified around here. But generally, it's not. It's just fine, just fine. Let's sort of reduce that opacity, I guess. So you can see under it. There we go. Just more of the same. Just all we gotta do is wait, play the winning game again. That's what most trading is, and we're sort of targeting stops out. It's just identifying zones, identifying patterns, and just reacting. ES is probably looking to target down here. I mean, we've been looking for it for a while, and hopefully finally hits. But other than that, not really too much. I mean, it showed some life here, but at the same time, it trapped itself here. So, and that being, it sort of gave its hand sort of at this point here. There you go. There's your inverse head and shoulders that played out accordingly to retail. So people bought the breakout here and even did it twice. So they got them twice. And it's like, oh, that's not head and shoulders. I don't know what it is. I don't care. I know retail will see that as a head and shoulders. And then again, doesn't matter. Like, just because it doesn't work, you got to sort of strain definitions now. Really now? I know 100% of people still call this the head and shoulders. They say, oh yeah, the brick line's here. It's a bit sorry, I'm a bit tired, so I'm gonna be very sort of salty towards certain people, certain things and ideologies. Hopefully not ideologies that will get me cancelled. Hey, just as long as you're not a retail trader, you got nothing to worry about. You're safe. The only people I hate unconditionally. I'm sorry. Again, it's been a long night. Collecting more shorts. News, no reaction? What do you mean no reaction? There's reaction. If there's not a reaction, I don't know what is. You just can't. Just because it's not moving doesn't mean it's not reacting. And this is where Bookmap helps. What do you mean? Look at that. It just nosedive. Like 600 lost in like this small of a gap, and you're saying there's no reaction. Come on, man. Come on, mate. I thought you're top G. Like, come on, like, how is that not a reaction? I see that now. Yeah. Oh, look, someone's trying to buy it again. Bloody hell. I mean, they had a sort of choke bid that came and went instantaneously. Sorry, it's late. Oh no, it's fine. Like, I'm usually late, so it's no issue. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Like, I mean, that's why you have Bookmap. Like, no reaction. Yes, there was reaction, and it still is a reaction. Someone's still looking to catch this knife. I think it's a bit too early for that, but it's yet to be seen. Oh, instantly sort of traded the opposite way. You can see the fighting now. You can see that sort of moving back into the short side of things. Probably looking to target 23,600 in all honesty from the drop. We'll see. Again, that choke and bid came and went really fast, so it's just like a lot of indecision here. I mean, it came in the right side though. Like, it's just bloody hell, for a millisecond they came in and just said, "Whoop, nope, someone entered the wrong bid." Again, it's kind of what we like to see if you want to be long, but ease coming in buys here is not really too interesting. I mean, we have 5 more minutes till this bar closes, so a lot to come out of it. Again, finally took out these tops, and I think that was that large explosion that we saw in the bids. And they instantly fought that back to like stop hunt, right? But yeah, maybe not. Again, we still have 10. We still have 23,300 as like a safety bid anyway. So we're vibing, we're chilling. There you go. Off by 0.1. God damn. God damn, I'm washed up, man. I should retire from trading. Let's see what the news is saying. Bonds are right, stocks are wrong. Oh no. Let's see what BlackRock has to say to the masses. The final session of Wall Street holiday shorted the weekend. You see, it's a pretty much smack down in the middle of 2300 as it's inhabited more than 3 months. Dips getting bought up and rips sold. I think you mean the inverse. People selling dips because they're scared. People buying tops because they don't want to miss out. It's the opposite, man. Get it right. Stop selling people dreams, man. You can't buy bottoms. Oh, you can, but people don't buy bottoms, man. Like, bell bottoms went out of fashion in the 90s, man. Please. Not really. Early 2000s, I think you can still rock them. Who knows? Depends. Actually, no, that's an interesting question. Should bell bottoms make a comeback? I think yes. I generally did like them. I don't know, maybe it's an acquired taste. And all the kids are like, what? What's a bell bottom? They're jeans, they're corduroys, dungarees. Okay, back to the news, enough digression. News for the bulls, benchmark index, blah blah blah, remains 0.5% out the year, which is nice. And it's gained 12% from October though. Okay, cool. However, the rebounds is based on narrative of incomplete outcomes, which ultimately may be bad news for risk access ones without correct. So they're telling you to be scared, which is nice. That's probably a time to sort of consider adding some positions. First, why the rallies team at BlackRock Investments Institution, risk led by Jean Bovine. What's a bovine? Yeah, it would be bovine. Notes that the assets jumped at the start of 23 thanks to the fall of inflation, lower energy prices in Europe, China, rapid reopening as COVID restrictions were lifted, and what in terms of technical factors, many investors were overly bearishly positioned. So I think it's just basically just short summary. People expected the worst outcomes, and they got mildly worse outcomes. 1 minute till this bar closes, so we still have time to read through this tedious article. Yet we think that the rallies also reflects hopes that the sharper central bank policy tightening in decades can avoid economic damage. Growth will be sustained through rates staying higher, and inflation will drop to 2% targets. Central bank then would not need to further tighten policies and create recessions through low inflation. Interesting. Stock market appears to most bleeds, yet this 2-year treasury are partly sensitive to the Federal Reserve's monetary policies and sits near highest. Having jumped nearly 50 basis points or 0.5% so far in February. Now bond markets are waking up to the risk of Fed's rates higher and holding. I mean, that does kind of spell an issue if bonds are going up. Actually, no. You know what? It'll be a wild. Actually, I mean, no. People are. I mean, that's 15 minutes. That's quite daily. Now, how people are sort of moving out. I mean, of sort of the higher one. I mean, it's just bloody hell. I think my dumbass can't even think now. It's, what's it? ZB? ZD? Yeah, ZT. There we go. I mean, look, even 2 year futures. I mean, future wise, everyone's running not really too interested. But what's the Treasury saying? Treasury says 4% on the day. Oh, yeah. Yes. Sure. I want to type it. It's 20. Yeah. God damn. Sony up. Would people like to sell off this? Would they? Probably. I think looking at it subjectively, I know. Don't worry about it. Only up has an only down as well, and only down has an only fans. So please subscribe. I mean, we're sort of like in this sort of pocket here. We're sort of waiting for it to close here. I think that will sort of sentiment, like, sort of come back down and sort of balance everything out. Everything sort of will be rosy. But at the same time, everything sort of is, in terms of long time frame, even sort of, even the future. That's the only issue is the futures market that doesn't look sort of appetizing. Like, it doesn't look like a snack. You know what? Let's stop being boring. Long's coming in, probably for it to undercut one more time, catch all these guys out saying that, oh look, I caught the bottom. Oops, no, sorry. We'll see if they continue this trend till 10, 15. If they do, I would be surprised. Maybe even looking for, when did we do that? One of these where it goes in, then boom, then recovers at that marker here. But we'll see. I mean, there's not really too many markers after this, so it just goes into a float. 10 o'clock is when we solidify this range. Again, this is the maximum you're allowing it to go, 23,300 before, without seeing a double bottom. I would say, like, if you want to catch a knife, you only catch a knife until it's here. After that, it's just double bottom or nothing. Generally speaking. ES is slowly coming to a halt, I guess. Maybe one more swipe, we'll see if it has it in it to reach it all the way down to this daily level and hold it. It's looking like it's stacking up shorts, which is more than what we can ask for. Again, just more of the same sort of illness or sickness, whatever you want to call it, from the same things where people are trying to catch the first dip. Again, looking for those to try and take those guys out in the nicest way, or even in a nice way, just take them out, just remove them, decapitate them, finish them. Whatever they need to do before sort of trying to pull it back up. Let's sort of look at altcoins. I mean, it wouldn't really matter because I don't really care too much. Everything just follows each other, and it's like in some kumbaya stages. I mean, to some of this, to lesser magnitudes, I guess. Again, Ethereum, same old story. Struggled at that monthly. Back down it goes. At this point, I don't think it ever will survive this. It's just the story. It's a story as old as time. What would I say? Yeah, I guess I could say that. I guess you can say 1620 does look like a decent sort of area to be comparable to where you may want to sort of hold your horses out at catching this as a worst sort of case scenario. But right now, it's just collecting shorts at this area here. Hopefully, you can make a breakthrough. Finally, again, go back and stay above it. Most importantly, is key this monthly level. It's just playing is the nicest word we can say with it. It's just playing, but we know it's not playing. It's just struggling. It's getting your ass handed to him, and it's in the nicest way possible. So tight. Yes. Can I even say that joke? No, I can't. I'll let your guys' head fill in what joke I was gonna insert in there. Fill in the blank. Stuff that will get me cancelled. Yeah, I have so much restraint. I'm so poised. I mean, more of the same thing from coming back down. We're looking for that daily. I mean, maybe slightly higher actually. We said. I think it went past those though. We'll see how. It's just on it. You can remember what exact number it was, but yeah, it's just on it. I mean, daily's rough right there. Just reaching, but I don't think it reaches that far. Looking at it's finding itself comfortable, especially if Bitcoin just catches its breath in this couple of in this sort of time that it has. So I mean, it'll catch its breath. Maybe we get something like this. Maybe we do get that double bottom. I mean, well, last time these greens have just been flipping up. I'm sure we got that double bottom, but it comes in, just gives you basically crumbs relative to what you, the initial one gave. But generally, this one's always safer than catching the first on the swing. Like for instance, this one is much safer to catch here than it was here. So it might be more of the same element where next sort of double bottom or second leg will be do that. SNX, not okay. Yeah, I'll have a look at it. Looking at snacks. Probably have to use spot data. Oh, I haven't had this marked. Let's actually double check future datas, see how far back it goes. Let's see as long as it's like comparable towards April. December. Yeah, I guess it's comparable. I think we can use this. Yeah, it's usable. I mean, would it make sense to use this? Yeah, it would. Damn. See, let's mark out that weekly. There you go. There's your weekly resistance. There's your tightest range. There's your tightest range possible weekly. Just looks like barrier tops, just like gatekeepers. Actually, let's try that spot again and see how far it goes back on the monthly. Yeah, not much difference. Cool. So most people will be trading this futures. Again, you guys gotta understand. Depending on what you choose, you get different data sets because volume is different. This is not like just standard plug and play. Yeah, all charts are the same. No, the people you get traded are slightly different. Your benchmarks are slightly different. That's why there's some variance to this. It helps when things are unified, but we know we're not going to really get that unless we delete all. Unless like we get just one, like we get one like, broker, we get one broker just to come in, just say, look, everyone, you guys are just like storefronts, but we get one data feed, everything is unified. we pool everything. So if we go down, we all go down. Yeah, it just looks like that resistance. I mean, just coming between here. I mean, it's between a rock and a hard place. That's all I can really say from this. It has to sort of escape multiple prisons, just sort of be in contention, and this doesn't look really too healthy. Looking at it from a daily point of view, sort of jumping lower. I feel like my voice sounds dry, as in like I sound disinterested, but I assure you, it's far from me being disinterested, or maybe a bit. I don't know. It's just more. I don't know. Yeah, it's more of an affectation of me being tired, I guess. Some recovery, which is nice. See how far that takes. I don't think it takes it too far. Again, just more of these buy-ups. See if that goes down on this thing. It doesn't matter that we recover again. You're probably waiting for that safer option. Again, if it slams itself here, you're probably rejecting that anyhow. We'll see how far it rejects, and you can see how next sort of your next set of news will probably affect it. And again, it just depends on sort of these sort of areas. I think we rate more on 10-15 than we do 10, but actually no, sales, they really care. Inflation, yeah, they can. 10 is still important. Personal income below personal spending's up, which is bloody crazy. What the hell? What? Nice. What, ES gonna pump? Yeah, yeah, nothing against it. I mean, it's moving down. You can see 3 hits to the low. I mean, everything it's looking to go up, but it's just like, okay, do you want to catch the falling knife, or do you just want to wait? And again, you probably want to wait. I mean, if it slams here, goes down, just goes for one more Hail Mary before it comes up again. That's what probably this 10:30 to 8:30 to 10 down vibes. Come on, man. Only up, man. Only up. Come on, man. Just imagine your girlfriend's coming over. You gotta keep that thing going up. There's no pill. Don't worry. God damn, I hate tired me. It's just so hard to control what comes out my mouth. Mega Bear over here? Mega Bear. Oh, god damn. Let's see, let's read this. Personal spending in the US jumped 1.8% month on month, rebounding from downward revised 0.1 drop in December, and beating the market forecast of 1.3% rise. It's the biggest increase since March 21. It shows consumer spending started the year spending on a strong foot, with goods increasing as was widespread and led to motor vehicles, as well as parts of other non-durable goods led by pharmaceutical. Interesting. Within services, the largest contributors increasing spending, food service. Okay. Food service increase, of course. Like, you know how expensive eggs are? Eggs are super expensive. No wonder everyone was spending more. I think it's that everyone's begrudgingly spending more rather than thinking the economy is safe. They're like, oh, look. Because, oh, goddamn, why is it not showing again? Oh, there we go. Because, what was it? Where are you? Income's down. Like, I mean, what previous. Actually, personal income's up, which is nice. But people are just spending a lot more. And it's probably begrudgingly, considering the first thing people spend more on was food. Food. There you go, food. After adjusting for prices, the real personal spending soared by 1.1%. That's good to have the readjusted one, because again, you got to adjust for everything. Rebounding from the fall of 0.3, probably adjusted figure. Again, it does show us stepping in the right direction. People are spending, but I don't think it's entirely wholly just because they're probably spending due to prices being higher and food. Again, it's just because of supply chain issues that we did have, just forced to pay more for food. Yeah, I mean, I think the food prices, like from what I've been hearing, food prices have been going up. Again, I think they have, like, uh, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Not that I don't buy food, I do. It's just I don't, I just buy the same thing, so I have a habit of not caring if it goes up or down. Just buy necessities and that's it. There we go, that one little doji coming in. Hopefully we get that swipe down and further target these areas. Again, it's just the build up of sort of early longs. It's probably not too healthy, especially because we were doing clear. But it's just nice that we have these sort of bids up here. It's just waiting for it to act fast and sort of try and grab as much liquidity as you possibly can. Again, do we want to go that far? No, we don't. I'm gonna go about probably at this far. Again, it's just a collection of shorts here, which is nice. Moving down. So what we want to see, sort of probably the best case scenario. Maybe sort of drop that down. Again, ES does have that extra bit of leg room that it can afford itself. So we'll see if it does afford itself that extra leg room and sort of hit out into here and maybe even hang a bit to try and catch those bids out before sort of actually committing to being an only up stream. But I mean, over the last couple of sort of days, I mean, to a week, it's just been slowly going down. And you can see sort of where things have opened as well as where the volumes have been concentrated at. It's just been mostly on the short side of things. You can see on this bar here. This one's more even distributed, as well as this one being sort of heavily distributed to the high. So you can tell there were longs coming in here, especially this one here. You can see that first half being heavy long, pulling down. I mean, we're sort of trying to grab everything out here and probably try and move it up from there. But other than that, there's not really too much to add. There's not really too much to say. We came in early. You guys just need to wait for it. I just need to finish up. You guys wanted OP USD. Oh my god, only up. The balance futures. Let's see if I've actually. I remember doing this one time. Yeah, there we go. I did this one time. I mean, you can see why I like these levels. Like, they're just nice. Yeah, it's just trapping long volume up here. You're probably looking short this soon anyhow. Slight overhang on this. Yeah, other than that, I mean, yeah, maybe catch small relief here, who knows, but generally we'll see if it just falls through into stronger magnets. If it falls through again, you're catching it at 2.8-ish. See if you can get that sort of rounded up here. Oh, yeah, about 2.8, if not 2.75. Rounded down, just got this sort of range to play with in terms of stop hunts, this area to sort of collect volume. But again, first sort of areas here. You got multitudes of areas you can sort of look for, but it all depend on what the market is and ends up feeling today. So just play the levels accordingly. I think it drops down further. We'll see if it drops down to sort of 2.9 first. If it holds it, you're probably looking for a bounce, but generally you're probably erring on the bearish side was for this. But again, you have these levels, just place these numbers on your charts and you should be fine. Going down further, nothing more to add, it's just a waiting game. Blood. More blood. Oh no. Oh nay. 226. Jesus, did he move down his bid this far down? Interesting. I mean, if we're going to see that low, we would generally see 9 o'clock open really aggressively high, then short it down here, or short it somewhere inside this range here, rejecting this after we see a large sort of push down. That will be your more blood. That would be your more blood option. Okay, I think it's probably time I wrap up. Complete. God damn. God damn, if you really woke up. Someone really woke you up on the wrong side of the bed today. What are you doing? It no happy morning or good morning? And this is just tearing new arseholes for everybody. I mean, yeah, again, it's just not really too much to add into things that I don't like the look of most things right now. I mean, they're just making their way downtown. Sorry, that was terrible. Again, Dot is looking for that job. I'm looking for a time. It's just, if we're looking for blood, you'll see it happen. It's just, we got our first time that we wanted for that down. Oh, it's 25k. Yeah, I guess so. That was a long time ago, man. That feels like a long time ago. It's just start of the week. God damn. Yeah. I mean, of course you'd sell some at 25k. Hunter calling for a 5th mega crash. Fifth mega crash, interesting. Okay, yeah, I mean, as long as you're selling here, I mean, it makes sense to sell. I mean, here, let's sort of use, there you go. Yeah, look, there you go, you're back here. You can probably buy your time back all the way to 24,500 before you actually make a commitment. Like, it's got that option playing out for it. That's the thing. You've got options. Do you dare? What? Do you want me to go live on the Discord? I'm live on the. I was going. I can't unmute you guys for you on the Bookmap Discord. If I ask them, like, give me unmute, I'll trade live. Not really. Like, it's not my style. Or it's just not my style. Is because if I make a mistake, that's which I know it's very far and few between, but it's just like, I don't know. It just fucks with me trying to like manage someone else's emotions, stuff like that, and like people get sad. Oh, like, oh no, I missed out. Oh no. Instead, I just give you the tools so you know how to do it yourself, and then you can make your own mistakes. And it's just like, I don't know, I just always would feel bad, like, if I told someone something wrong, like, even though, like, I have a good track record, but I've been, like, still, like, I don't have 100% track record, that's the thing. I was 100% sure, but I'm not 100%. Like, at best, I'm probably, like, 85. Like, best. And that's stretching it. Like, And for me, that's just, yeah, nah. I'm not gonna tell someone how to sort of, you enter here and you exit here. Because if I'm at best 85, that's flaky, man. Yeah. Again, like, that's the thing. Like, you guys are grown adults. So you guys should be able to manage your own emotions and when to enter. If I tell you, oh look, a price is gonna do something like this, yeah, you're probably entering somewhere here. I'm not explicitly saying enter here, so I can sort of slowly absolve myself of any sort of blame. It's like, ah, cool. He said I can probably enter. It just depends on how it looks. It didn't look right to. If it doesn't look right to you, it doesn't look right to you. You just straight inverse the emotions. Like, oh, they okay. So, like I said, you get far doing the opposite things. Like if I said go short here, like I say, oh, like our price might come up here, tap this and go down. But you just didn't really want to because you saw, oh, it's gonna break out. Instead, you bought that. That's you bought. Like, because you believe in the breakout. But generally, it was like, oh, it's going high, it's going higher. But let's say you do enter here and then you end up saying, oh no, let me cut it here. And like, yeah, you're fucking shit. Like, it didn't even go down. Then it starts going down. Like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I'm not in the business of managing other people's problems. I've got my own mental issues to deal with. Like, as accurate as my chart says, the only reason, and there's some days, like I think we went like a couple of months without a single mistake whilst like on a stream, but doesn't mean I didn't make mistakes trading, man. Because I don't know, sometimes you get emotional. That's the thing. There's a difference between being an analyst and being and trading. Sometimes you just do dumb things just for the sake of doing dumb things. Oh, you only get using 500. That's the thing. Emotions get the best of you sometimes. Like sometimes I'm just not in the best mental states because I'm not like balanced as a person. Again, just collecting shorts. Use more money to make more. Yeah, exactly. And you just kick yourself like, I should have used more. You're like, let me enter a dumb trade just to make more money. And then you start losing profit. No, I mean, here you go. You're collecting shorts. I mean, it's just doesn't stand a chance. I mean, you're going lower. It makes sense. I mean, it makes sense because if you start zooming in, we know there's longs being collected. It's just hunting for lower, but at the same time, it's just building up the shorts slowly but surely. Again, you can see those. Yeah, probably go for a bit deeper, man. Come on, you cowards! What are you waiting for? Actually, that's a rhetorical question because they're waiting for market open. Let's see. Yeah, 9:30, 10. You got 10, 15 for trade times anyway. Again, those are the times you're looking to trade just because of the news. So even if the market reacts, you're reacting a bit later. Just for sound of mind. It only happened 4 times since 1980. Every time had brought in a larger crash. 1999, 2000, 2008, and 2018 all had rates inverted, and they started correcting back in the crash. Yeah, you know, that's not a bad thought. I mean, cause, and here's the thing, like, even without seeing the rates were inverted, like personal income and personal spending being this weird, and majority of it being people spending it on food services, it shouldn't be food services and pharmaceuticals. It's just sort of troubling. And like, especially with the adoption of buy now, pay later, it's just most people are on like very short term short-term unsecured loans, and it's just like we're adopting that sort of. We're adopting 28 sort. No, not 28. '08 vibes. Yeah, and I sort of kind of agree with that statement. It's just we may get a flash crash. Who knows? But at the same time, it's very up in the air. Monthly. Yeah. Uh, it's just like really up in there because four data sets for something is very small. That's the thing. Like it's very small. Yeah, crashes. This. Ooh. I mean, if you're looking at sort of longer term, push down, maybe we have a crash. Basically, we have crash vibes. Let's go. I don't think we'll crash just yet. That's the thing. We're just entering the year. We're entering the first sort of quarter. I think this quarter sort of is a safe quarter. I think next quarter we start worrying. That's the thing. I don't think we worry just now. Maybe my timing might be off, but hopefully it's not off this time. I hate when my timing's off by a couple of days, but hopefully we start worrying about the issue next quarter, not this quarter. So, for now, we suffer. Funds suffer. For now. And with that, I think I'll call it a day. I need to either get some sleep or get something. I don't know, maybe some cocaine. I don't know. Economy, yeah, made of fully. Yes. And unlike the glass ceiling, it's a glass floor. Big volatility. That's not what VIX traders are sort of saying. I mean, if you look at it, as you know. I mean, VIX saying no, it's little bit. VIX saying little bit. Actually, but every time we've come down to these low areas, we've started to get volatility the next couple of days. So who knows? These little bit might become big volatility. Who knows? Who knows? Sorry, that's a terrible action. I should retire. I mean, how low can we go? That's the bar. Next week look fun. Next week sure does look fun. When hasn't the last couple of months ever been fun? That's the thing. Like the markets have been fun. Period. Not for everyone, but they've been fun. Yeah. I mean, maybe you could expect a crash, but as soon as we get that volatility tick, then yeah, we've got that confirmed. But generally, yeah, again, we're down at these low areas of volatility where we're sure we get volatility die down, but as soon as we get comfortable here, it sort of bounces back. So it's something you might want to start having some fear in you. But then again, fear also leads to perfect buying opportunities. You can always buy in small batches, and that's why I don't get some people don't do that. You can just always buy little bit, and push up. I mean, this is doing you no favors in saying, okay, we go up, slam this a bit higher. Again, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't feel like down vibes just purely based on this. At least if it does go down from here, it will need to go up first. That's all I'm saying. You're at least looking for it to go up here. If it gets caught here, so be it. That's your ceiling. If it doesn't get caught here, you're heading up into these areas, then probably going down. So again, it's another case of going higher to go lower. Straight down, G. Only down? Yeah, down. Okay, Legitimately, I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm running close to sort of my time anyway, and then and the other people need to sort of prepare for that. Who do you have? You have someone on next after me. I don't know who you tend to know, but you got someone covering it, so you can bug them with your questions if you wanna watch the stream while you trade. And annoy them with Vix and stuff because you guys are smart enough. No. Okay, I'll see you guys Monday. Hopefully you guys enjoy. No one if you want to stay, you know. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully you guys have a lovely day. Make sure to trade safe. Watch out for 10, 10, 15. Other than that, nothing sort of too major in terms of timings. Hopefully you guys know what you guys are doing, and hopefully you guys know what to expect out today. Other than that, I will catch you guys on the next stream. Peace.